Alright, drone video for a beautiful tract by Lake of the Ozarks. This is in Camden County, Missouri. The entire west side of this tract directly borders the Fiery Fork Conservation Area. So in addition to having your own private wooded acreage here for hunting and camping and building, you directly border, I believe it's about 1,600 acres of conservation land, which is generally open for public use, which includes camping and hunting and trail riding and all that good stuff. So we're looking directly over the property at the conservation area, so you directly border that. The conservation area borders the Little Niagara River and has some canoe access points, but this tract at Fiery Fork Ridge has access to the river as well. So all the property owners have access to a common area, which is just, I believe, about a quarter mile, half mile to the south of this property. There's a trail that goes down to a beautiful private spot on the river, and you can access the river that way as well. So pretty awesome. Also, we're only about 5 miles or less, I believe, from the Lake of the Ozarks. So extremely popular. Actually, the most popular vacation lake in the Midwest. I'm not sure, but I've heard something like that. The Lake of the Ozarks is, and the Little Niagara River actually flows southerly and forms part of the Lake of the Ozarks, just a couple miles from the property. So the red truck is parked at the east side of the property. We're looking northerly, kind of northeasterly now. You can see the kind of the dual roads. The road on the left is the driveway, the private road for Fiery Fork Ridge. The other road you saw was a farmer's driveway. Okay, so we're actually over, I guess, the farmer's land, and we're looking westerly. And I'm sure we're going to do a complete flyover here in a minute. This looks like a really long drone video, so I guess we're going to get a good look at the area here. So the truck, like we said, is parked directly on the property. You've got some open meadow on the east. Now this was used probably as a campsite or something like that. There's a trail that, I mean, you've got that little grove of trees, and then we're parked behind that, and there's a little walking trail that goes in under the canopy of the mature trees, and it looks like someone had a campsite set up in there at some point. So we're flying westerly. Well, we're looking westerly now over the property. It's the highest on that east side where the truck is parked. As soon as you get down into the tree line, it basically begins to slope downward, and it's the lowest on the west side. In fact, the topo map shows a tiny creek bed on the west side of the property. We have not hiked down there to see if there's water in it. I would certainly think it's a wet weather creek bed, but pretty cool that that's right on the property. And then, of course, the entire west side borders the Fiery Fork Conservation Area. So you can literally go right into the conservation area from your property and have use of all that additional land, which is really neat. So flying westerly, and at some point we'll transition into or off of the property and into the conservation area. Since the property, I should say the land begins to slope up as soon as you get past the west end of the property. As you get into the conservation area, I would say that we're looking right at the conservation land right now. And it's a big chunk of land, like I said, about 1,600 acres. The Fiery Fork Conservation Area is. Okay, so looking back easterly, big cloud coming right over us. I hope we back up a little bit. If you look off in the distance in the center, well, now it's gone. That was part of the Lake of the Ozarks. So we're close to the town of Camdenton, which is kind of the main town at the Lake of the Ozarks. But this entire area is just very popular for recreation, for hunting, for fishing, obviously, with the Lake of the Ozarks, for boating. And they're off, well, toward the center now of the video. That's the Little Niagara River. So you do have access to that in the private area that's for property owners and their guests only. as well as you got access via the Fiery Fork Conservation Area with several different places, I believe, to put a canoe or a kayak into the river, float on down toward the Lake of the Ozarks. Beautiful, beautiful area. This part of Camden County is well known for deer hunting and turkey hunting. We have seen a lot of big deer on the tracks at Fiery Fork Ridge. We've seen quite a few people fishing in that section of the river. We haven't actually tried that out, but based on all the people we've seen fishing, there must be something to catch in there. So we're looking down, we're zooming in on the private easement area for property owners. It's toward the center of the river. It's on the, I guess you'd say, the left side of the river there. There's a level spot that goes off to the river. Okay, so that's going to be the conservation area. And if we look hopefully off to the right in a moment, we'll see the property again. Not exactly sure what our drone guy is going for here. Okay, I'm just trying to back up and get a shot of the private easement area on the river, I believe, which you can see there where that little trail is, I'm pretty sure. Awesome place to hunt or build, camp. You can build a year-round home here if you like. It does have basic property covenants, nothing too restrictive. You can check those out on the listing page. Power is the power easement's in place at the east side of the property, and there's power to the south and the north, I believe. It's not at the property, but it's in the area. Okay, so as we look northerly, the property is way up there on the left. Not sure it's even in the shot just yet. Okay, the upper left corner of the screen, we can get a little shot of the property. So yeah, whether you hunt or fish, there's a good shot of the Lake of the Ozarks, a few miles to the north there. Okay, now if you look in the center of the photograph or the video to the left of the road, you can see the red truck, which is parked on the property. So right at the bottom center. Whoop, we're moving around a lot. Checking out the Lake of the Ozarks. The Lake of the Ozarks is enormous. There it is. It was basically a river that was dammed up, I believe, in the 50s, which created this monstrous lake. It's fun to explore different sections of the lake. There are the kind of wild party sections, and then we have the more quiet sections and the family-friendly sections, and just whatever you want, you can find at the Lake of the Ozarks as far as you know, what you want to do, jet ski or big power boats or little canoes. I mean, you can really do it all there. It's pretty cool. A lot of rental places around, which is nice. So you could potentially use your property at Fiery Fork Ridge as a vacation area, or you know, a staging area to come and stay, and then go play at the lake. There's also, if you see that little cabin with the red roof, to the right of that, there's an old barn. There's a trail that goes westerly to the conservation area, and that's for property owners as additional access right to the conservation area. It's a private road. So because not all the tracts have direct frontage on the conservation area, all the property owners also have that use of that trail, which is about a quarter mile north of the property. So even though this tract does have direct frontage, its entire west side, you're certainly welcome to use that road as well, and you can see that on the listing page. I'm sure we'll have an interactive map that shows all that good stuff. I wish we would have gotten a little lower and really gotten a good look at the timber, because this has some gorgeous timber. We didn't see any signs of recent logging on this property, which is pretty fantastic. So yeah, we're mostly at this point looking at the Fiery Fork Conservation Area, but yeah, now we're going to maybe spin around. Well, we're going to get a little look at the timber, it looks like. But I mean, we've got big mature oak trees, red oak, white oak, hickory, some walnut trees out there. The white-tailed deer, of course, love the oak trees because the acorns are one of their main food sources. So if you've got a property in this area with mature oak trees, then you've got deer coming across your property, and that's the case here. You can see on the property, it looks like a little pile of rocks and a little pile of gravel. Someone probably had some kind of project they were doing here. But yeah, come check it out. Check out the website at InstantAcres.com. If you've made it through the whole video, then congratulations. You've suffered through one of our longest ones yet. So InstantAcres.com, special tract. We'd love to hear from you. You can call us or you can email us at sales@instantacres.com.